Hey y'all, welcome to Qianna's Kitchen. Today I am working on my lawsuits. Um, Hold on one second. Yeah, so today I'm working on my lawsuits. I have a lot of them to start, okay? Um, I'm going to be suing the state of Wisconsin, which is the Department of Corrections. Um, I'm going to be suing my attorney. My attorney violated my constitutional rights. And how he did that was, I didn't even know this. I didn't even know that my attorney violated my constitutional rights because I didn't even know my rights back in 2019. I didn't even know about the Constitution, actually, to tell you the truth. So I advise everybody out there, when y'all raising y'all children, please let them know about the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of your state. Um, if you hear any noise in the background, that's because I'm working from home. Um, I'm doing all this from the house, y'all. So if you hear anything in the background, that's why. Yeah, but like I stated, okay, so my attorney, when your attorney represents you, your attorney's supposed to represent you to the best of his ability. A lot of public defenders and pro bono attorneys do not represent you to the best of their ability. I feel that they're in cahoots with the state, okay? And that is because they are being somewhat paid by the state, right? Okay. I'm not saying all public defenders or pro bono attorneys are not for you. They are. Some of them are for you. Some majority of them not. I've dealt with enough of them to know that they're not for you. They will have you feel that they are for you and that they're working for you. See, when an attorney represents you, they're supposed to work for you. Yes, so like I was saying, that some attorneys, majority of them, pro bono, public defenders, they don't really work for you. They actually working for the state. Now let me explain this. When you're going through a revocation hearing, or when you're going to when you check that you want to fight and you want a revocation hearing, right? The revocation hearing is to bring forth evidence that's against you, and as well as your accusers. Okay, that's what a revocation hearing is for. Now, the Sixth Amendment to the United States Constitution states that, one, you have a right to a speedy trial. Two, you have a right to a public trial. Three, you have a right to an impartial jury. Okay. Four, you have a right to be informed of pending charges. Okay. Five, you have the right to confront and cross-examine your accusers. Now, in a revocation hearing, when you're about to be revoked or your agent or the supervisor want to revoke your papers, you have a right to your accusers, to cross-examine or to confront your accusers. If your accusers are not there, your attorney should be telling you or telling the ALJ, the administrative law judge, that either we're going to postpone this hearing or we're going to throw all of this out. Because for one, if they say that you have accusers and that you have done anything to anyone and that person is not there at the hearing, that's a violation of your right, a violation under the Constitution. Okay. Another thing, you also have a right to see the evidence that is against you. Okay, in my situation, I didn't get to see the evidence that was against me, because when you're when your agent is asking for, or the agent supervisor or the regional chief, if they're asking for you to be revoked, your papers to be revoked because you violated a rule, well, you have every right to see the evidence before the hearing. In my situation, I didn't have that right. I didn't have that right. They violated that right. When I was at MSDF, my evidence was slid under the door, which is called a revocation packet. Okay. It was slid under the door 3 days after my hearing. So I didn't get to see none of the documentary evidence that was against me. They were saying a lot of things, and I had a lot of a lot of allegations. So they were basically saying I had like 11 allegations, okay? But a lot of them were repetitive. And what they did was, okay, so my attorney came to see me to go over the documentary evidence, but he did not come and see me face to face. He came to see me over a video camera, like you're seeing me. I seen him on a camera. So how are you showing me evidence of things that I signed or documents when you are over a camera? Like, if I hold this piece of paper up, you can't see this, can you? Not really. You can't really see that, right? Can you see? You can't really see that, right? Okay, but he never did that anyway. He was reading off everything that they had against me. And what they had against me, he was going through the packet. I didn't have a packet. So I didn't have the packet on my end. And he knew that. Excuse me. My attorney knew that. So when he came to see me on a video recorded call, meeting, or which this is supposed to be an attorney-client. This is supposed to be attorney-client privilege. Okay? Between you and your attorney, no one else is able to be in the room with you. And so my attorney came to see me on a camera when he was disclosing evidence that was against me. Ain't no telling who was watching that camera. You understand? Okay. Ain't no telling who was watching that camera. Could have been detectives. Could have been the witness. It could have been my agent. It could have been anybody that was watching that camera when I was talking to my attorney. And me talking to my attorneys was supposed to be in private. In a private room. Okay? I didn't know that. So that's why I say knowledge is power. Because if you don't know something, it could hurt you. And it hurted me. And I was sent to prison. I was sent to prison when my rights were violated. Okay? I didn't know that my rights were violated until the Holy Spirit spoke to me and said that your rights were violated. You are being violated. So, like I said, teach your children their rights, especially the Constitution. Even though you might say the Constitution ain't shit. The government and all of them, they don't even go by the Constitution. We can say that. We can't say that, right? But we do have rights, y'all. It don't seem like it, but we do have rights. And a lot of times people incarcerated, their rights are pretty much 90% violated. 90% violated. 90%. Okay? But a lot of us don't do nothing about it. We don't. We talk all that mess. We talk a lot. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I've done it before. Okay. I can't do it anymore. I feel God is calling me to fight for people's rights, especially incarcerated people, before they undergo a revocation hearing. Okay. I'm deeply hurt because I had to do 2.5 years. I lost my husband. My children are in another state and I'm trying to fight to get them. My rights weren't even taken from me as far as being a parent. They were not taken. Okay. I'm fighting for a lot of stuff, y'all. And I didn't know that I was even called to do this. You know, I didn't know that I was called to put that information out there. So I need everybody to know what their 6th Amendment. Hold up. I need everybody to know the 6th Amendment to the United States Constitution. And I need y'all to know y'all state's constitution too. Okay? So y'all don't have to go through what I went through. You have every right to see the evidence. Yeah, you do. Because it's something that's against you. You have every right to confront and cross-examine your accusers. Why? Because they are against you. Okay? One of my accusers was my husband, right? So, well, the state was trying to pin my husband against me for some stuff that they misunderstood. They didn't even know what they were talking about. Like, the state didn't know nothing. The DOC didn't know nothing. They didn't know what they were talking about. They tried to pin my husband against me because that's what they do. They try to dismantle families. That's what they do. And I'm fighting against all those agents and supervisors who did this to me and who's doing it to everybody else. I'm fighting and I'm not stopping. I'm not bagging down from nobody. If a parolee or a person on probation or extended supervision violate their rules, right? They don't even have a new case, right? But they get revoked to go to prison. That's not right. That ain't right. Most people don't even get sanctions. In the state of Wisconsin, somebody can call your agent and tell them lies, and they're gonna arrest you and take you into custody and investigate. Now, if it comes back as if it looked like you did it, your paper's getting revoked. Is that fair? No, because you probably didn't do it. And if you did do it, you have every right to fight. and you have every right for your rights not to be violated. Okay? By your attorney or by anyone else, the administrative law judge or anybody else. So I'm just here to share that information with y'all because my right was violated. My rights were violated. I didn't have the right to look at my evidence before the hearing. I didn't have a right to face my accusers or accuser, whatever. I was intoxicated when I went to the hearing because I just had a baby 10 days prior. Okay, I had a baby on April 19th, 2019, and my hearing, if I'm not mistaken, was on April 29th. So 10 days prior, I just had a baby. So I was still on Oxycontin. I was still taking medication because I had a C-section. So I was going through a whole mental war up here, right? I didn't even know I was going through that. I did not know that I was, I guess, what is it called? Postpartum? I didn't know. I didn't know. But it wasn't nobody there to fight with me or for me. Your attorney, when you hire your attorney's supposed to fight for you, not against you. These days, pro bono or public defenders, they don't fight for you. 9 times out of 10, they be on each other favors. And I'm going to keep it real. Okay? This is what Qianna's Kitchen is about, keeping it real. And that's what I do. I keep it real. But I watch what I say. A lot of them are so against us. To them, it's nothing. It's just another body, another number. That's what that is. But my attorney violated my rights. And he knew what he was doing. He did. So guess what? Now that I'm out of prison, I'm finna sue my attorney for emotional distress, intentional tort, because he intended to hurt me. You hear me? When an attorney keeps information from his client and he know his client don't know their constitutional rights, don't you think that attorney's supposed to take up for you? Don't you think that attorney's supposed to let you know, hey, you're right, you have rights? Your attorney supposed to tell you that. But since they are hired or appointed by the state of Wisconsin or any other state, they don't really care. Now, some attorneys will fight for you. Public defenders, some of them will fight for you. Most of them won't. I've been through it. Now, look, there was other my rights being violated too. I can't think of them right now. I should have wrote them down. But, oh yeah, and then my attorney, I kept calling him on the social worker's phone. He would never pick up. He never really answered my call. The social worker at MSDF said, are you sure you want this attorney? Because he's not fighting for you. She even seen that this man wasn't fighting for me, but I didn't see it. I'm like, no, he's okay. But at the same time, I was going through losing my marriage, being deprived of my children, being locked up for something that I was accused of. Because that don't mean that we actually did it. And even if we did do what they said we did, they still have to prove it. That's why I say do not waive your rights Because if you did it, okay, you did it, right? But you still should go through a hearing because you still got rights. They still got to prove you did it. They still have to prove you did it. Y'all, look. I'm about to sue the attorney that represented me back in 2019. I'm about to sue a whole bunch of people. You hear me? Okay. I mean, what else could you give me? You can't give me my prison time back. Okay, money is not that important when it comes to somebody's time. I mean, you can't give me my time back, but what you gonna give me now has to be monetary. It's a possibility I can't even get my family back. But God, right? But God. My whole family, from my husband to my children, has been dismantled because my rights were violated. I would have been home. Now, it was meant for me to go through this, no lie. But if I had, if they would have given me the chance to, what am I trying to say? If they would not have violated my rights, I would have been home still. Okay. It's a such thing called marital privilege as well. I didn't know about that in 2019. I'm not really going to speak on that until I start researching that. But your spouse don't have to testify against you. Yeah. They don't. Rather in a trial or in a revocation hearing. Okay? So there's a such thing called marital privilege. There's a such thing called attorney and client privilege. I'm still researching all this. But I must start my lawsuits ASAP. Like I said, money cannot give me my time back. But I'm going to sure enjoy spending it once I do be rewarded compensation. Okay? I'm also supposed to be here for people. Knowledge is power. Peace is power. Love is power. But your voice is powerful. And that is on my website. I take that to heart. Your voice is powerful, y'all. If anything happened to y'all was wronged in any way, whether it was your attorney, whether it was a business discriminating against you, whether it was whoever, the judge, it don't matter. What you scared for? Fight. I have to continue fighting. And when I got locked up this time, it was a lot of people talking about the judge this, the DA this, my attorney this. Okay, so what you gonna do about it? It's hard fighting from the inside though, y'all. It's hard. But I'm finna go at it. Now I'm out and released. I'm finna go at it. I'm not stopping. I'm not backing down. The only person that can stop me is God himself. God is the only one that's going to be able to stop me. But God has revealed these things to me, what's been done to me and what's been done to other people. It's not about me. It's about me helping somebody else out of that situation. It's about us fighting for our own rights. It's about us knowing our rights. We need to know this stuff, y'all. And especially our children, because they coming up in this world today. My rights were also violated at the hospital I had my baby at when I was incarcerated. They didn't tell me my son almost died until a week later. So my rights were violated at that hospital because I was supposed to have known that my baby almost died that day. So now I have to go and get the medical records when I had my baby. Now I need to investigate what happened to me that day and why he almost died. But see, that wasn't told to me until 1 week after he was born. My 1 week checkup, the doctor came in and said, well, first the doctor came in looking all sad. And I said, what's wrong with you? She said, you sure you want to know? I said, yeah, I want to know. Now, I was shackled, y'all. I had cuffs on. Head on my feet. Now, this was my 1 week checkup after I had my baby while being incarcerated. She said, are you sure you want to know? I said, yeah, I want to know. She said, your baby almost died. Didn't nobody tell me that. I didn't know that. I had every right to know that. I don't care if you were trying to protect me. I had every right to know that my child almost died that day. But they didn't tell me that. Why? Because I was incarcerated. And they probably don't tell a lot of people a lot of stuff at hospitals. You hear me? Our rights there are being violated or have been violated too. Even at this time, I didn't even know that I had a right to know. But then I was like, I had every right to know that my baby almost died. She said my placenta was closing in on my baby. I didn't know nothing about that. My who? You didn't tell me this that day? You didn't tell me that my placenta was closing in on my baby, so we have to do a C-section now? You didn't tell me that? When I was lying on a hospital bed, getting cut open, I heard them say, she won't stop bleeding. Now, I don't know if I almost died on that table, but we gonna find out, because I'm finna dig. I believe that I almost died on that table because of what I was hearing around me. But I can't say if I did or not. But I do know for sure my baby almost died. And they didn't tell me until 1 week later. I'm hurt, y'all. Because our rights are being violated daily. Especially incarcerated people. Women, men, whoever. Especially women. Because women can get pregnant. A lot of those doctors don't care. They don't care. Some of them do. Y'all don't beat me up because I'm not saying that don't nobody care. I'm just saying when a person is incarcerated, most people don't care. And it took for me to go through it to actually care. So those pregnant women that are in MSDF, that are in prison, my love goes out to you. My love goes out to you. Because I know how y'all being treated. We don't get our snack bags. We don't get extra mattresses. Well, now we holding a possibly 10-pound baby in us. Some of us. 6 pounds, 5 pounds, 4 pounds. Between 1 pound and 10 pounds. We're holding this baby in us. And we can't get an extra mattress. Or we can't get our snack bags on time. Or we can't get our snack bags, period. Now, if y'all don't care about us, y'all, at least do y'all care about the baby? Hell no. They don't. Trust me. I've been through it. I want to cry, but I'm not going to cry. I'll probably end up crying. But it's time to go to war. It's time to go to court. It's time to fight. But it's time to fight the right way. So I will be starting a lot of, after the new year, y'all, I will be starting a lot of civil lawsuits. Okay. Being wrongfully incarcerated or unlawfully incarcerated, that shit hurt. I know I was. I know what God told me. I know my rights were violated. The constitutional rights at that. I want y'all to know you have rights. Okay. You know, black people been through a lot. Other races have too. But black people go through a lot because of their skin color. We some smart people, y'all. God blessed us. Yes, he did. You know what I'm starting to think? We were born rich. I will explain that on my other video. How black people were born rich, even though we gotta go through some shit. We were born rich. We're born wealthy. And I'm not just talking about money, but I am talking about money too. My nose running, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in to Qianna's Kitchen.